In this lesson, I'm going to be talking about open number line. When we are subtracting, we have to remember subtraction is the distance between two numbers. How many hops does it take to get between the two numbers? So if I'm looking at a problem that is 507 minus 389, I'm going to draw my open number line, and it's an open number line because it does not have fixed numbers on it. It's not going to start at 0. What I am going to do is take my lower number, which is 389, and I am going to hop until I get to 507. Now, when you have done open number line before in a younger age, it may have been much smaller numbers where you're hopping by ones. Here we may hop by more. So if I'm at 389, we like to get to that friendly number. Okay? So we can look at the decade. Say we're at 389. We want to get to 390 because counting by tens is easier. Or we're close enough to 400 to where we can hop however many it would take to get to 400. I am going to show you getting to 390. We're going to add the 1 plus 1. That gets me to 390. Now I can hop by tens, right? So if I'm at 390, then I'm going to hop by 10 to get to what? 400. Because if I add 10 to 390, that gets me to 400. Some of you may have chosen to do one hop and make that 11 to get to the 400. Now I'm at 400. My goal is to get to 507 because I need to know the distance between 389 and 507. So some of you may see, I can do 100 hop here, right? We like to make these hops larger so that we're not spending so much time having to draw the hops and then adding them all up later. So we're going to hop that 100 hop. Notice I make my hops different sizes based on how many I'm hopping. So now that I have 100 hops, so I was at 400, now I'd be at 500. Can I do another 100 hop? Well, no, because I'm only getting to 507. Can I do a 10 hop? No, because that would be too many. What can I do? Well, I can do a 7 hop. So I'm going to add 7, and that's going to get me to 507. So I found the distance between 389 and 507. So now what you need to do is you need to total up all of your hops. So let's say, okay, I did 100, 110, 111, 118. Now, if the hops are too much to look at this way, you can always line them up on the side and add them up that way too, whichever is easier for you. So the distance between 507 and 389 is 118. Okay, let's do another. Let's do 732 minus, let's say, 395. Okay? So which one's my smaller number? 395. So I have my open number line, and I'm going to start here by doing 395. Some people try to draw where they're going to end in the beginning, but the problem with that is then you're trying to make your hops fit within there. I like to just start with my lower number, and then I'll work my way there. So I'm at 395. I can get to that 100 by adding 5. So I'm going to do plus 5, and that gets me to 400. Okay? Now that I'm at 100, and I know I have to get to 732, I can hop by hundreds. I'm going to do plus 100. That would get me to 500. plus another 100. That would get me to 600. Can I stop yet? Nope, I still need to get to that 700. So I'm going to do plus 100, and that will get me to 700. What some people may do at this point is they're like, well, I know I just need to get to 732. So some may choose to add the tens and then the 2 more to get to 732. Or some people are just going to be like, I just need a hop of 32. Plus 32. That hop is too big, but it works. 732. Okay? So I found the distance between. I just need to total it up now. Okay? So I have 100, 100, 100. That gives me 300. 332. And then I can't forget that I have to add this 5. So I'm at 332 plus 5 would get me to 337. Okay? Again, if you want to add it up on the side, you can. I'm going to do a 4-digit by 4-digit one because that is new to you this year. So let's do, just the camera. Let's see here. Let's do 5,125 minus 3,895. We'll do 95. Get closer there. Okay. So if I'm looking at this, which one is my smaller number? My smaller number is 3,895. First thing I want to do is to get to a close 100. So I know at 895, I can get to 3,900 by just adding 5. Okay? Now, I would want to get to the nearest 1,000. So if I'm at 3,900, if I add 100, then I would be at 4,000. Okay? Now I'm at 4,000, but I know I need to get to 5,125. So I am going to add 1,000. Okay, so that gets me to, 1,000, not 100. That gets me to 5,000. So I'm at 5,000. I need to go 125, so I'm going to put plus 100. And that would get me to 5,100. Then I'm going to add 25 more. That would get me to 5,125. Okay, so again, I am going to add up all my hops so I know the distance between these two numbers. So I like to start always with the largest. So I have 1,200. So I'm at 1,200 plus the 25, so 1,225, and then 5 more would be 1,230. Again, if this is hard to keep track in your head, you can always add it up on the side if you need to. And then it's also a great check for you to make sure that you answered it correctly. Okay, so this is Open Number Line. I hope this helps.